this video is just for informational purposes. It's not a review of this product. In fact, I'm not even going to share what the brand is because I don't want you to think that I'm telling you I tried this brand and these are my results. It's just going to be me talking about trying this product, what the product is, and sharing with you the effects that it had on me while I've been using it. So that's it. Let's just jump in. I have it right here. This was actually gifted to me. I didn't purchase this, even though they do sell it here. I think there's a store that sells it here for like $150. But this was gifted to me by someone who's very familiar with my issues with pain. So a little bit of backstory on my pain story. I've been in pain pretty much all my life. Since I've known myself, I've always been in some degree or some level of pain since from very young. And when I was younger, I was diagnosed as having a sickle cell trait, which, if you're familiar with this disease, it causes the blood cells to turn into a sickle, which is why it's called sickle cell. And because of that, they fight for oxygen, and that can cause pain in your body. So all my life, literally up until probably present day, I've always thought I've had a sickle cell trait, and that's the reason why I've just been in pain all the time. And then also in around 2011, when I was living in England, I had a really bad fall, and that fall led to an injury in my lower back. So for the past 7 years, I've been dealing with lower back pain, sciatica, you name it. There was even one point when I went to a doctor and they thought that I had scoliosis. But as of recently, I mentioned a few weeks ago that I suffered a muscle strain, but it's connected to the lower back issues that I've been experiencing for the past, I think, around 7 or 8 years, or maybe even more than that, maybe about 9 years. But I want to say 7 because that's when I was officially diagnosed with having the lower back pain, sciatica, things like that. So the point of me sharing all of that is to say, for my entire life, I've literally tried everything to help alleviate, or if not alleviate, just manage the pain that I've been in. I've tried painkillers, I've been to different doctors, I've tried chiropractic medicine, I've tried physical therapy, restorative massage, everything on the books. You name it, I've tried it. And even when it comes to medication from like a doctor, like a prescription, nothing really helps me with the pain. It goes away for a couple hours sometimes. The strongest medication I've ever been on, I had to be hospitalized because the pain was so bad, and they gave me fentanyl, and even on fentanyl I was still in pain. So that's just to give you an understanding of how awful my pain is. Things like Tylenol are just like sweets. They don't work at all. So when I got this oil, I thought, well, I've tried everything else, why not try this? And I've actually been recommended, people have suggested trying CBD oil for a really long time for me, and I always thought I really want to try it, but there's not enough data, there's not enough science, and there's not enough to have convinced me to really buy some and try it. But since this was gifted to me, I thought, okay, well, let me just go ahead and try it. So for this one, and I've even taken off the label because, like I said, I'm not promoting this product. I'm just sharing with you what my experience has been. So this is CBD oil at a strength of 300 milligram, and the instructions are just like every other tincture that you can find, where you use a half of the dripper, which is like around that much, and you place it under your tongue and you leave it there for like about a minute, and then after a minute or a minute and a half you swallow it. And the reason why you're supposed to leave it under your tongue for about a minute, so that it could be absorbed through the capillaries in your mouth, so that it gets into your bloodstream and that it can work. I've only been using this for the past 5 days, and as a very if you ask me what my feedback was or what I thought about using CBD oil, if this bottle runs out, which I doubt it will ever run out because I don't think I'm going to continue using it, I don't think I would ever purchase CBD oil. Honestly, I can't tell you what the effects are. So I actually was very scientific with this. I documented the day, the time, the method, how I felt before I took it and how I felt after I took it. The very first day that I took it, it was like around 11 o'clock at night, so I was already naturally sleepy. And I took it, I didn't have any effect. I was in a little bit of pain, and I was still in pain after like 20 minutes. So next day, I took it again around 12 hours later, around 11, still nothing, no drowsiness, no pain relief, no weird feelings, no nothing, absolutely nothing. Yeah, I went on the website so that I could get more information about how to take it, and after that I started taking the tincture every 6 hours. But again, there was no change. I didn't have any significant difference. It didn't make a difference in my body. It didn't give me any. I literally had nothing happened. No positive side effects and no negative side effects. So yesterday I decided that I was just not going to take it because I didn't want to be putting something in my body just for putting it in trying its sake. I'm sure the fact that I didn't experience anything is probably because this is a very, weak dosage. It's only 300 milligrams, and if you think about that, comparing it to your average painkiller, which is about 500 milligrams, that could be the reason why it's not as strong, or it doesn't have an effect, or it's not as potent. I'm not sure. And I also wanted to say, I've never tried any kind of CBD product before. I've never smoked weed in my entire life, and so I would think that because of that fact, the effects would be even more prominent, or it would be a stronger effect. But literally, I haven't experienced anything. But like I mentioned, I've been on so much medication in my entire life that it doesn't have an effect. I don't know. I really don't know what to think about this product or how I feel going forward. But yeah, that's been my experience. It's been very underwhelming. I thought it was going to be life-changing. I've heard so many people, well, I shouldn't say so many. I've heard a few people say that they've tried it and the results are great. They sleep better, they're in less pain. But for me, so far it's not worth it. I think with all medical products, it depends on the individual and their medical history and just how they respond to certain products, I guess. But yeah, it wasn't a overwhelmingly positive experience. But the good part about the experience was that it wasn't overwhelmingly negative either. I know that why I also felt comfortable taking this tincture is because CBD oil doesn't have any THC in it, and if you're familiar with the marijuana plant, the THC is the element that gives you that high effect. So because this doesn't have that in it, I felt comfortable taking it, and because there's literally a lot of positive reports and research and data on the use of CBD oil, more than there was negative, so that also helped me to feel comfortable with taking it. But so far, I'm still not convinced that maybe it's for me. But yeah, that's literally it. I don't know, if you've tried CBD oil and you've had better results, let me know in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are on CBD oil, if you would try it, if you haven't, if you're thinking about trying it. Let me know how you feel about the use of CBD products as well. If you have any suggestions for pain management that I could probably try, also let me know. Anything that would keep me out of pain, I'm willing to give it a go. So that's it from me today, and I'll see you in my next one.